We present Bertifier, a tool that allows users to format their spreadsheets in order to explore and present the data visually, based on the method of the cartographer Jacques Bertin. Suppose Clara is preparing a newspaper article on European values. She compiles a Google spreadsheet where each column is a country and each row contains information about this country. She took most of her data from a survey on European values, for example, the percentage of people who believe in God or who find that a good pay is important for a job. It is impossible for her to see any pattern. So she decides to Bertify it. For this, she just publishes her spreadsheet to the web, opens the Bertifier webpage, and pastes the table's URL. She sees the same numerical table and cannot edit the cells anymore, but she can transform it in a number of ways. When Clara moves her mouse outside the table, a grey frame appears that contains formatting tools. All tools on the left affect entire rows, while tools on the top affect columns. Tools on the right affect the space between rows, and tools on the bottom affect the space between columns. When she moves her mouse on top of any tool icon, a tooltip appears at the top of the page to recall its function. Tools are organized in groups. Clara first expands the MISC group and clicks on the H icon adjacent to the first row to mark it as a header row. She does the same for the left column. Then she expands the Shapes group in order to turn numeric values into shapes. She clicks on the circle icon next to the first row of the table in order to turn its values into black circles and squares. She is satisfied, so she presses the same icon on the next row and drags down until the last row. This instantly turns all table cells into circles and squares. Now Clara wants a more compact table. Each row can be resized independently using a slider placed next to it. Moving the slider to the right increases row height, while moving it to the left decreases it. She sets all rows to their minimum size by pressing on the topmost slider, drags down until the last row, then drags left to modify all selected sliders. She does the same for columns. She also zooms in using the provided functionality of the browser. Now she wants to tidy up the table. She drags over all black arrow icons, which immediately rearranges columns by visual similarity, which moves similar countries next to each other. She does the same for rows. Now indicators that are similar are close to each other. To better see similarities, she removes the grid by setting all white separators and black separators to their minimum value. Clara continues to format the table to exhibit more patterns and convey a clearer message. This includes inverting the values of a row, importance of a good pay, to better show its correlation with another one, the household income. She also emphasizes two rows of a specific type by changing their visual encoding, increasing their height and dragging them aside. She encodes women's suffrage year using lines, and household income using a bar chart. She can choose to reorder only a subset of the rows or to reorder all rows. Now she can already see country groups with Czech Republic in between that she moves away. Finally, Clara adds separators and annotations to emphasize groups. Her table is ready to be used as a figure. She downloads it as a vector graphics file and inserts it in her word processor. This figure will help Clara explain that there are roughly two opposite groups of countries. Nordic countries with early women's suffrage, confidence in state organizations, satisfaction with their high salaries, being not very religious, and open-minded about homosexuality and abortion. On the opposite side of the spectrum, Eastern and Southern countries trust the army and the church, but not their state organizations and justice system. Intriguing cases include Russians, who are very religious but do not go to church. Countries from Central Europe stand between the two previous groups. Czech Republic is an outlier, low income and low confidence in state organizations, but are not religious. Clara will also comment on general trends. For example, salary tends to be more important in countries with low income. These countries also tend to be religious and less tolerant. It also took them more time to give women the right to vote, although this is not systematic.